Hey everyone, I wanted to give you an update on our garden. Those tomato plants that we bought, they kind of went through the frost. They're doing pretty well. They had a little bit of a droopy time, but I just gave them a little bit of time, little care, did a little pruning, cut off some of the yellowy dead branches, and they're coming back. They look pretty good. So those two are the Arkansas Traveler heirloom. Here in the middle we have some radishes. Let's see, up in the upper corner here we have broccoli and then a sunflower. Spinach there, but it's not really coming up. This one is spinach. Another bed of spinach, but it's not doing very well. Not having much luck with the spinach this year. Radishes are right here. Whoops. And they're doing pretty good. They're very slow. Like, they were supposed to be 23, 25 days. And it's been, gosh, I don't know, probably a month or two, couple of months maybe. I think they might have been old seeds, just off the shelf from one of the big box stores. Not real impressed with those. Carrots in here, but nothing yet. Beets in here. I think we're going to have a bumper crop of beets. I have a square there. This one's carrots, but there's only about one sprout, maybe two, kind of right here. And then beets in this square, beets in this square, beets in that square. The center section isn't planted yet. I'm saving that for the warmer time. Going to plant some, probably more tomatoes and some peppers. I have a square of spinach right there. Again, nothing out of that. Another square in the middle there. Spinach, but nothing. That thyme that I bought when I bought the tomatoes, it's doing pretty well. And so now, yes, I finally have thyme in the garden. I had to say it. Corny, I know. In the very back I have some cucumbers, and then up here on the top is another sunflower. On all these back squares I planted 2 to 3 sunflowers in each cubic foot. And so they'll kind of be up above everything else, about 5 feet up. Red sunflowers that make the real black sunflower seeds that the birds go crazy for. The cucumbers, like I said, are up, so I have my trellis up and ready for them. Green beans, let's see, right there's a green bean. Let's see if you can see right here where the shadow of my finger is. Another green bean right here where the shadow of my finger is. Broccoli down there, and then we went over the last two. So that's this bed. This was the first bed that was here. I amended it with a little bit of peat moss, and it's doing pretty well. This is the bed that the first one that I made that was square foot style, and this one's gone off. Like, I planted some asparagus. There's one there, one here. There's actually one in here and one here too. There's 4 altogether. Nothing from these 2 here. There were 8 plants for like $3, so I took 4 and I gave my neighbor 4, and they've already sprouted up little sprouts. Another square of beets, more beets, carrots, doing pretty well this year. Kind of struggled with them last time. They're doing a little bit better. I don't know if it's just the variety that I picked or what, but they were kind of hard to get going. More carrots. These aren't really planted out, but there's like a random carrot, a couple of random lettuces, and up on the top is another random carrot. So I'm just kind of letting those go until I decide what I'm going to plant there. More carrots. And then back here are more of the sunflowers. Here, 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 here. All along this bed. There's 3 in each square here. So 1, 2, 24 sunflowers are going to be on this back row here. 5 feet up. Pretty red sunflowers. More carrots. This is green beans. And I got a kind of a random green onion from last season, so I'm just going to leave that. Another random green onion here. I got some dill started right there and right there. And a couple of other squares with dill. Lettuce. My gosh, the lettuce is amazing. It has gone off crazy. There's 3 different kinds. I haven't really thinned them out all that well yet, but we come out once or twice a day sometimes and pick kind of handfuls of lettuce and make a nice little salad. These are Amish deer tongue. They're kind of like a romaine style. Up here are the Tom Thumb, and then over here are the ones called Little Gem. So Little Gem and Tom Thumb to me look kind of similar. Like here they are side by side. Tom Thumb, Little Gem. They're both really good. All 3 are heirloom. Very flavorful. And then I have another square here of more lettuces coming up to kind of take the place of when these finally get all eaten up. Dill right here, more dill. Strawberry plant. The strawberry plant from last year, bought one of those 4 roots, 5 roots in a bag for whatever, $2 or $3. Stuck them in the ground, didn't do a whole lot. Gave some to my neighbor, hers did really well. But this year the thing's exploded. All kinds of blooms. I think there's going to be a couple strawberries, like right there maybe. Blooms galore, bushing out. Kind of waiting for some runners so I can spread it out. But it's doing really well. I'm pretty happy. That one is called Ozark Beauty. I believe it's an heirloom as well. And then I planted out this bed here. I made this 4x8 bed. It's not really square foot gardened, but it's going to be, I guess, in the future. I can't tell you what it is because it's kind of a secret for Jamie. But that one's planted out. I'm just waiting for some sprouts. Haven't seen any yet. And then I made this other bed, another 4x8. It's not planted out yet, so I'm going to kind of save that for the peppers and, I don't know, maybe peppers, tomatoes, not sure. Got these timbers up the way. Lady was throwing them away. Some of them are kind of rotten, but most of them are pretty well, like they're in decent shape, so I can finish, squaring off, rectangling off these beds and get them all shored up so that I can, bulk up the soil in there and have it be a little bit better. So now I have 4, see if I can get where you can see it, 4 4x8 planting areas. There's a pretty good shot. So I'm pretty happy with all the square feet that I have to plant. Once I get them all up and going, it's going to be a pretty decent amount of food that I can grow out of these 4 rectangles. Just a quick shot of this right here. Planted out seeds, annual flowers, wildflowers, calendula, going to be echinacea, iris, lighthouse. Got to have a lighthouse. These 2 plants, this one here are from last year. They actually survived the winter. The thunder snowstorm we had during Christmas, they survived. Pretty amazed by that. Butterfly bush. And in the middle, well, let's see, right here, you can barely see him. That's Carlos Scuppernong, muscadine actually. I had to move him from the back. He wasn't getting enough sun, so I had to put him up here. And just the very tip of it's getting sun. So I'm hoping when the sun shifts over a little more in the summer that it'll get more sun. But I'm pretty sure it will, but we'll see. Butterfly bush right here. And then up in this barrel, I don't think I ever showed you this. I planted out a whiskey barrel. Just put in, really quality potting soil and planted in some seeds. And in here I have calendula and echinacea. The calendula sprouts you can kind of see everywhere. The echinacea are sprouted, but they're tiny, tiny, tiny. There's one right here, one right here, one right here, and here. But man, they're just tiny, tiny little things. One right here. So they're doing pretty well. And then I have a seed tray here, trying to get a head start on some peppers, tomatoes, jalapenos, things like that. So far, no luck. I'm not real happy with these peat pots in this tray here. I'm thinking about trying those little sponge planting, what are they called? Those little, like they're used in hydroponics. They're like a little spongy thing with a hole in the center, and you kind of can squeeze them, put them in some water, let them go, and they absorb the water. Put your seed in there, and then there's cells, 72 little individual cells in the tray that you can plop those in. put this cover on to make like a little greenhouse thing. So I think I'm going to try that because I'm not real happy with the way these are. They absorb the water, but then they get kind of moldy, nasty on the side. So we'll see. I'm not real thrilled with that system right there. Anyway, I just wanted to show you a real quick update on the garden. The apple tree, never really did show that, but the apple tree we have is doing really well. I pruned it back. It was very, very overgrown. And then just recently, in the past couple of days, it's gone to flower. Let's see if I can get a good shot of these. They're so pretty. It is actually the Arkansas State flower, the apple blossom. Here's a pretty decent shot. Maybe not. But anyway, you can see, or I can see, maybe not in the video, but I can see that there's tons and tons of flowers. So hopefully if we get some decent weather, we'll have a pretty good apple crop this year. Last year didn't do so well. Here, here's a good one right here. See that? So pretty. Last year we didn't get a whole lot of apples. We didn't get a lot of rain, and so there was kind of a drought situation going on. And I think it affected the tree a lot, so it actually already looks a lot better than it did last year. This is my little attempt at feeding some butterflies. I read that they like oranges, so I just kind of strung up a piece of solder. It's lead-free solder. Hooked an orange onto this little Y branch, electrical tape to the tree. And so far nothing, but also I'm maybe thinking I might attract some kind of bird, maybe orioles or some citrus-loving birds. Bird feeders galore here. Anyway, just wanted to show you that, give you a quick update on what's going on in the garden. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.